Good evening. President Reagan is in good condition tonight. He's recovering from a gunshot wound in the left side of his chest.
Mike James.
In the variety of things that you do.
50 years in news.
Page 33 is the camera 3. 34 is out, you both know.
With Gene Anderson.
Legislators are now moving
the voice of the Northwest.
in Olympia called to solve the state's billion-dollar deficit.
In a time with no internet and few TV stations, nearly half of all viewers in Western Washington trusted an immigrant kid from England to tell them what was going on.
Yeah, it was a serious job. Serious job.
And a lifetime commitment to his community that transcended news and included an unsuccessful run for the U.S. Senate.
I began that campaign thinking, well, we're going to go around the state, we're going to hear from people, we're going to talk about ideas, you know, call me a dreamer.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
And if back then his corporate masters had told him what to say on the air,
this is extremely dangerous to our democracy,
as some now do,
well, I would have walked out. Because, well, look, it would have been against everything that made you come to King Television, to a newsroom in the first place.
I'm Linda Byron. I met Mike when I was hired as a reporter at King in 1987. Now, I'd already worked with dozens of reporters and anchors all around the country, and I'd work with a lot more over the next 3 decades. Mike stood out. If local news is a window into a community, it's also a mirror of that community, reflecting what the place is all about. And that was Mike. He wasn't just reporting on the community, he was in it, deeply a part of it.
You know, I made some notes here. Hold the...
Always the reporter.
I try to get through a lot of newspapers. I try to talk to a lot of people.
It'll take me about 5 seconds to do it.
Believing it's a journalist's job to hold power to account. Always the engaged citizen, believing we need to work to be informed so that we can make crucial decisions.
The essential foundation, the lasting essential foundation of a democracy is an informed citizenry. Okay, but how are they informed? And if they're informed, I'll put that in quotes, in ways that are divisive and in disagreement, fundamental disagreement, as I think they increasingly are now, you don't have an informed citizenry.
It seems strange to think that we could be uninformed when we're inundated with information 24/7. It is overwhelming trying to keep up, much less sort out the trash from the truth. So much easier just to ignore what we don't like, choosing instead to live in our information silos and echo chambers.
If you don't agree on facts, especially in a time when you have a president talking about fake news and how journalism is enemy of the people and all, the divisions are aggravated. And if they hear something contrary to the echo chamber and to the silo, the first impulse is to call it fake news and not true. And I don't believe that. Rather than make an attempt, you know, this is the ideal citizen, to find out, well, what are the facts? You know, maybe I need to rethink what I believe. I think our democracy is in peril over time, because these divisions, how do you repair these divisions? How do you get people to argue about a common set of facts?
How indeed? If we agree that it's our responsibility as citizens to be informed and to participate in our democracy, just how do we untangle the truth? And is there a damaging impact on our country, our society, our communities when people just say, oh, tune it out, I can't take it, I'm going to avoid it?
I think we see it all the time. I mean, the polls are alarming about what people believe, even though the facts don't support the belief that they ascribe to. It's a scary time. And I think we're all looking for answers. The answer for the moment is what I've talked about. I think we need, and I've preached this for years, we need, at least in high school and beyond, some kind of a course that gives you some clues on how to filter your way through this maze of information to figure out what you can trust. But we need something beyond that. Don't know what it is yet.
Journalism is on life support. Newspapers are folding. TV ratings are tanking. There's a mortal danger to information that we can trust. When we were looking for answers at King, we went looking for Mike. He was our newsroom sage. So Mike, what's your bottom line now?
My bottom line is that we need to ask ourselves, who are we? And when you begin to answer that question, you know, what are our values? What do we believe in? What is America? You have to include a vigorous fourth estate. You have to include an independent judiciary. I mean an independent judiciary, not another branch of the majority government. And we need, as a country, and also locally, to begin to answer those questions. Who are we?